Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the tavern. And I guess this is the first recording session in 2026 for me. Woo! Probably really dating this video whenever y'all end up seeing it or whatever at that point. But I'm excited to get back into the swing of things. There's a bunch of new stuff that we kind of have planned and are moving forward from here. So join the Discord, join the community if you haven't yet, so you can kind of keep up with all the stuff happening within the tavern here. On today's React music song episode thing, whatever you want to do it, we're going to go back into the world of Sleep Token and kind of continue listening to some songs that people have kind of recommended to me. Who knows, eventually might be get through like everything from here, but I figured this would be a good one to kind of go and just, you know, kind of vibe and talk a little bit with now that I'm just in the music mood and everything. We're going to listen to Dark Signs today, and as well as watch the visualizer with it. As always, for how these reacts work, I typically start and stop the music because that's kind of how my brain functions. It works in various different like sections when I go and react and talk about music. So if you want to listen to the full thing, go ahead and go into the original video, which there should be a link in the description to it, like always, and let's just have conversations like we always do. If you want to help to support the tavern more, there is things like memberships and stuff that you guys can help and, you know, help keep the lights on in the tavern and keep us going with our content. Anywho, without further ado, let's go ahead, set up my screen, and let's go ahead and listen to a song called again Dark Signs. So there'll be a lot of starting and stopping. I haven't done one of these in a while, so, as in React, so we'll kind of see how things work. But yes, let's go ahead and listen to Dark Signs. Oop, I didn't start it right from the beginning. That would probably help. What is that instrument in the background that's kind of giving the drone? All right, so just kind of immediately, this is a very eerie song to start out with some kind of, you know, thing called Dark Signs as it is. Who knows, like the eeriness of it, which I guess sounds like some type of oscillator on the bottom. The oscillator is immediately what kind of came into my mind as I was, I'm assuming it's a synth, probably just using something like very low. Almost sounds like maybe a bass synth or something, but we kind of have at least the chord progression along with the, I'm guessing it's a voice who's doing the da 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 da. I want to feel like I've heard this somewhere before. I don't know why, but like that beginning at least kind of sounds a little bit, you know, familiar to me in a lot of senses, but it gives this like kind of dark, eerie thing to it, even without any of the lyrics or anything coming in yet. But it's kind of a cool way to start. So let's see if the lyrics kind of match up with what's happening from there. But at least we have that kind of main progression that gives us kind of like dark, eerie vibe to it, which is it's a good way to start. Where I was raised, there was no turn up just a little bit. One of the things I liked about the da 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 that I think we heard the voice or something in the background from here. It was kind of introducing what the motif of this would be, as I immediately when you know we start hearing the vocals in there, it's kind of following that same pattern, which kind of feels like cool from there. And I like when we use typically like a different instrument or a different style to introduce what our main melody is going to be. So that's kind of a cool little thing. Where we met, there must have been dark signs, omens in your sky. So automatically with just the first verse of the lyrics there, streetlights just pitch black passing the headlights. It almost feels like we're kind of talking about our past a little bit there. Like this is kind of what I'm used to, having things being pitch black, and it's just everything seems to be like passing by while I'm like stuck in a place from here. There seems to be some type of dark omens that seem to be in your skies after where we had met and stuff. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm definitely getting a very darkish vibe from this as compared to, most Sleep Token stuff. Well, Sleep Token from what I've reacted to so far, has this kind of aspect of storytelling, mainly using kind of the aspects of some type of emotional story that we're going through here. And sometimes it's more uplifting and sometimes it's more deep, dark, and sinister. And this one feels a lot, well, darker than the others, which, again, that introduction kind of helped out with how menacing it already sounded. So those drones in the bass are really what's kind of messing me and kind of up a little bit, especially with how I'm feeling in terms of the aspect of there. It feels like dread. I don't like dread, but again, dread is just dreading. We're dreading. Ah! Okay, I'm done. Most days you reach for safety. Ooh, I like the trap drum going in there. Remain calm, forget that you know me. When we met, I could see dark signs, alarm bells in your eyes. So I really like that, especially going into the chorus in here. That pre-chorus, we have this trap drum, boom, 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 boom. It's very subtle. I mean, it does kind of come into nowhere to kind of set up more of a pulse, I guess, from here and make it feel a little bit more lyrical in aspects. But man, this almost feels like that you met somebody and it's almost like some type of abuse is going on. Maybe, I don't know. Like I sense some darkness from you when I first met you. It just, something did not feel right. Is this about abuse in a relationship or something? I don't know, but it's the initial vibe I'm kind of getting out of this. And again, a lot of music, especially, you know, it has to do with our interpersonal relationships and stuff, because it's the way the artist kind of gets out how they're feeling about certain situations and aspects, which is kind of cool when you have music to be able to tell that kind of story. So anyways, let's move on. Oh, that trap drum part there. Hold on. That kind of makes the pulse feel a little bit weirder. It almost feels like a heartbeat. It's very hard to follow a pulse there. It almost feels like the trap drum is almost like kind of a heartbeat trying to, you know, kind of push back to the person you were. But yeah, this is totally about, this feels like a relationship type thing, especially with the chorus. I won't break and bend to my basic need to be loved and close to somebody. That this feels like something out of abuse. I don't know why I've been getting kind of that vibe from there, but it just feels like maybe not abuse is the right word to think about. Maybe neglected. I don't know. It just like if somebody feels, if someone misses how they used to be, hate who have they become, like are they just, it's tough. This feels like a abusive relationship type thing, whether it's neglect or any of those kind of aspects, because it's just like the whole thing of trying not to change yourself too much in order to feel loved and close. Like you need to be yourself from there. And maybe this relationship is kind of going in that kind of direction, which kind of the music represents that in a sense, because you have this like lyrical thing that was kind of introduced at the beginning, but with the trap drum being so syncopated and kind of offbeat, almost like I don't know, again, it reminded me more of heartbeats from there. It almost feels like these two opposing factors kind of, you know, fighting each other from there, which makes it very hard, especially if you're trying to listen to both things at the same time, to feel that kind of internal pulse. But that's honestly kind of cool to kind of have that kind of almost like internal conflict from there. I don't know. I like it. It's a little unnerving from there. And I'm wondering if each of the chorus lines are going to be like that. I don't know. And again, when we get to the verses, it's very easy to find the pulse and beat after that, because again, we have that drum beat that's a lot more, I don't want to call it straightforward, because it is the traditional trap music that you would hear from there, the trap drum machine type pulse that you would hear from a lot of EDM music and stuff. So it gives that, it gives that like, maybe the verses are kind of when the message is more focused and the chorus is like this conflicting thing of past and present. It's dark. It's sinister. It's a dark side of me. I don't know why I just name drop. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place today. This is the first one from here. I'm recording these a lot later than I typically do, but it's fine. It's a very interesting balancing act. This does feel like abuse. Yeah, this definitely feels like someone is in a relationship that they do not like at all. Like they feel themselves changing into something bad. Why are the new scars on me? Would you actually call for answers on why I feel the way I do? Yeah, this almost feels like they're being ignored, and it's almost killing them more at that point. So it's kind of eerie and sinister, and I kind of like that little call and response thing that was happening in the middle of the verse. It's like almost like the singer here is trying to reach out to maybe connect with this person, but you have this little almost like, I don't care right now, let's talk about it later, with the kind of response aspects from there. Like, let me back that up a little bit to tell you what I mean from there, because it's kind of a cool effect if that's what they were aiming for. So like the tear my arms off away, you know, I'm assuming that's a voice over there, because one of the I think it was when I did Levitate, a lot of these like upper parts here that kind of made me think it was some type of synth was actually like a voice. And if this is kind of that same thing, like the vocal control, holy shit, first of all. But it almost feels like a call and response thing. Someone's trying to reach out, and they're being pushed aside, ignored every time we have one of those like small little responses in the high voices that sound more synthy to me. It's clever if that's how they did that. So it's cool. It's cool. I like it. Okay, that's kind of some nice harmonies there. Maybe sixths? It feels eerie that way though, but I like it. God, I love that, like, I'll talk about it in a second. I just want to vibe for a minute. Okay, hold on. Let's back up. I gotta talk a little bit before we get to that, because oh man, that was a build up there. The pre-chorus: remain calm, forget that you know me. When we met, I could see dark signs. We're kind of going back into, you know, wherever the chorus aspect was, but it's a build up happening. Like we start having the drum giving more like beat. There, the same trap beat makes it much easier to find, but this time the chorus, what I really enjoy about the chorus from here is that you have this underlying tone that is repeating, I won't break and bend to my basic need to be loved and close to somebody. I won't How does that part go? Loved and close to somebody. I was close. To bend to my basic need to be loved and close to somebody. So that kind of like lower part, that whispered part there, it's almost like it's the past version of yourself kind of trying to push forward a little bit, while this is kind of the main, while the parts you hear in the foreground are what's really kind of happening in the present. It is such like a cool effect from there. But I like the second part with the chorus here being a lot more easier to follow. Like we still have the boom, 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 that kind of bass, trap drum, beat there, but it's at least a lot more easier to follow. But my gosh. And then when we repeat the chorus again, it just goes into the heavy metal aspect. It's cool. It's cool because it's almost like the background, especially since they stopped singing at that point. I won't break and bend to my basic need to be loved and close to somebody. I know I'm not singing the part right, but it's just I'm noticing that. And if taking that apart means is that the past is just kind of being buried at this point, or the voice is just getting too strong. It's kind of a cool like build up thing here. I like it. Because, like, you know, a little bit of build up and then heavy metal. Yeah, because I mean, you still hear the from the beginning, the da 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 da. Yeah, you still have that like at the start, like that we heard at the beginning, but like I don't want to call it the chanting, but the chanting of I won't break and bend to me just seems to have disappeared from there when the heavy music took forward. Does that mean that we're forgetting the past? Is it like going away right now? Is the neglect or the abuse just being too much that the brain can't remember the past and is only focused on the present? That's at least what it feels like. It's a cool way to do it. Okay, so it comes back. So we still obviously have the I won't bend, but like even more further in the background, almost like that voice is starting to disappear. But like it seems like everything is kind of melding to the same volume here. Like it's almost a giving up aspect. Like this is it like acceptance of this is just how this is right now? Like I have to accept that this is what I got myself into kind of thing. I could be very wrong. And I always like hearing your all interpretations of this since you know the lore behind the stuff a lot better than I do. So please leave that in the comments so I know. But with it melding so close together, it almost feels like the fight for getting back in the past is just kind of being left in the past now. There's not much you could do about it. So we're just, I guess, just kind of focusing on the now with everything just kind of melding together. Do you feel numb at this point? Is that what that's trying to imply, is just numbness? Because it does seem to really be blending in together. Hell of vocal control, though. Jeez. It is impressive, though. Like that stuff is like really cool, and I enjoy listening to like this music going forward. Also, I just realized my mouth isn't working. I wonder how long that's been going on. I swear it happened. There we go. I wonder when that actually failed from there. See, you were just all here. Why does that keep doing that? Oh, wow. It's really messing up now. This doesn't normally happen during a recording. Wow. It's like delayed. Whoo, is that delayed? See, I was so mesmerized by it that it just kind of went crazy, apparently. I think I might have fixed it. Man, that was interesting. All right, I think we're good. See, it made it so I started to have a delay effect. I'm still kind of having a delay effect. I might have to restart things after this initial recording is over. Anyways, this was cool to look at. It really does kind of give very cool messages when you're listening through stuff like Sleep Token and everything else from there, because all of that really does just kind of relate to like past traumas or past experiences, and honestly using the music to kind of help enhance those ideas of neglect, abuse, whatever it might be, is kind of another really cool storytelling thing. And I wonder what overall, like, I don't want to say message, but overall vibe this ended up like getting in general. So yeah, Thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope you enjoyed me just rambling on about things. As always, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about the music. Let me know any other recommendations you might want me to listen to, whether it's Sleep Token or anything else. Especially with this being the new year, we're trying to really gravitate towards what you guys want to see on like all these platforms. So if you want to have a more voice in our stuff, join the Discord community at all. Leave memberships, even just something small as $1 could help us to continue running things in the tavern and bringing you more content. So yeah, happy 2026, everyone, and I hope to be around with a lot more videos for you. So thanks for hanging out and listening to me ramble. Until next time, friends, I'll see you then. Bye!